Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to talk a little bit more about some GMRS radios. So I did a brief video just about my general radio usage and etc. And I kind of, I picked up these UV5Rs as kind of like, as part of my preparedness, bug out type of situation, just to have some ultra means of communication. And then I ended up kind of going down a rabbit hole and kind of started to enjoy using them, listening to them, just kind of as on the side as I'm working, just to kind of hear what's going on. But obviously, I know these are like cheap radios; they're $20. So I've always kind of thought, what am I missing by not having something a little bit more higher end? So I thought I should maybe just pick up kind of a something a little bit more higher end, just to kind of see, what am I missing? So I'll make this really kind of short up front, and then you can stay on if you want to hear me ramble some more. But the short answer to the question, are you missing a whole lot by having this one? Short answer is no. I think these are great. They're very, I think these are like 20 bucks a piece on Amazon. This one is $170, I believe. So roughly 8 times the cost of this one. So is this one 8 times better? No, it's not. Am I still happy with it? I'm glad I got it. Yes. So, but long story short, if you have one of these and you feel like maybe you're missing out by not spending more money, I don't think you are. I think these are still great radios. I'm very happy with them. But as I do with anything, I like to kind of try new things. So I started to look at something better and bigger, and just to see kind of what's out there, and I narrowed my options down to 3, which was the BTEC GMSR Pro, the 935 in my hand, and then the UV9GX was my other competitor. And it was a tough call, because ultimately what I was after is I wanted to have USB charging, so I can charge it with ease in the car wherever I am, and I really wanted to have it be a super heterodyne radio as well, because supposedly it's better. I mean, I don't know, but that's what the gurus say on on YouTube, so I thought I should have it. So that's kind of how I narrowed that list down. Ultimately, I got influenced by some online influencers, and I got the BTEC GMRS Pro, and I hated it. I used it for an hour, boxed it up, and returned it. And now I know it's not enough time to give it a chance, but my issues with it don't think would be overcome with time. So with that radio, I felt like you're paying for all the bells and whistles, not the radio. Like, you have GPS, you've got a compass, you can send text messages with it to other people with that device. You can use your app to kind of program and use it. And all those things I don't like, need, or want. And I felt like that's where the money was going. As far as actual radio usage, I found that radio to be crappy. I mean, for lack of better words. Changing channels was very laggy. You had very minimal buttons, so it was kind of hard to navigate. If you want to go from channel 1 to 20, you had to sit there and, click it 20 slow times, or use your phone. So it was very phone dependent. So you had minimal buttons. It was kind of hard to navigate around it. I don't like the phone programming. Like I said, it wasn't for me. Returned it within an hour, basically. So then I knew that was going to be down to this 935 or the UV9GX. Now that one is a super het, which I liked, and it's also kind of marketed as a shit hit the fan radio, because it's got a scanner, so you can scan for like police and military and all that stuff, which is kind of a gimmick, to be honest, because it's an analog scanner. In my area, everything's digital. I don't know, depends where you live, but I feel like most emergency services have gone digital, so that scanner for the most part is useless. So that didn't appeal to me. And from what I've seen in pictures and YouTube videos, this one has a better screen. This one has a better screen than the BTEC Pro as well. So the screen on this one's very vivid. You can tell it's an LCD screen, but it's a very kind of deep contrast compared to other ones, where the BTEC looks like a cheap LCD, And I've seen videos and reportings on the UV9 also being kind of very washed out LCD. this does seem to have a very kind of rich looking LCD, which I appreciate it. So in the end, this is why I chose that one. It was priced kind of in the middle. It had everything I needed and wanted. The only thing I wish it had was a super hat, which honestly, I don't know even if I need that. I just think I do, but so far it's been working fine. So using this one compared to the UV or the 5UV or the UV5, whatever, I noticed no improvements in range. So basically all the stations I've programmed into both, I get the same ones. I'm not pulling in any further repeaters or stations that I am with this one. However, everything does sound cleaner and clearer on the 935. So the same channels, especially kind of distant ones, which arrive very staticky on this one, come off cleaner here. So I don't know if it's the speaker, if it's doing some kind of sound processing, some filters, or all three, but you can definitely notice a cleaner sound with the 935 over the 5UV. So definitely like that. Dual scanners, which is awesome. You can have one scanning, one listening. And it's also got a cool thing called a tone detector, or that's what it's called. But basically, if you want to utilize a repeater, most repeaters require you to know the tone, or call it a key. And, you know, you have to ask the owner for that key. Now, this one, however, can scan that repeater and figure out, through basically trial and error, it just kind of does its thing, and it'll figure out the tones so you can get access to a repeater. Now, so that's something I endorse to do, because a repeater is someone's property. You should always get their permission. And truth be told, every repeater owner I've reached out to has graciously given me access and even offered help how to program my radio to get access. So no need to have to go and, you know, kind of behind and try to crack the tone, whatever you want to call it. They'll always give you access. So, however, where I think it could be handy is if you're in a pinch, right? You're on vacation somewhere, and let's just say you lost your cell phone, I don't know, whatever reason, you're on vacation, you're not home, and you need to communicate, and you don't have a laptop where you can pull up and email the owner. That's where it can come in handy, I guess, is if you had to, you could gain access to a repeater. So that's a cool feature I liked about it. The interface is really clean and easy. I mean, very fast to respond. I can change channels as quickly as I can press the button, so I like that. Sound comes good. Knobs are super stiff, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I actually don't quite like it, because I use it as like a desktop device. So for me, it's kind of a pain to change these, but I know that if you're like carrying this in your pocket, that's a benefit that people like. So not a knock, but just pointing it out there. You've got a screw that kind of holds this cover in pretty tightly to kind of give it extra water and dust resistance. It's IP66, which means you can't dunk this in water, but you can use it like in the rain or with wet hands and probably be fine. But you can't, like, you know, drop it in a lake and then likely probably won't work. 3 buttons here to talk, and then these are your shortcut buttons. It's got the flashlight and FM radio. And that's pretty much it. So it's a good radio. I'm very happy with it. You know, it's a little pricey, but, you know, it's feels very kind of, just like this one feels very light. This one just feels heavy. It's probably because of the larger battery, probably too. Battery life has been really good on this device. You can see right here, I've probably been using this for, I mean, I guess not 2 days, because I'd say I've been using it probably for about 8 hours now, just mainly listening. And you can see the battery hasn't even budged. So battery life should be, you know, last you for days, to be honest. What else can we say here? Screen is good. Menu is very easy to operate, but chirp is the way to go. That was the main reason I also like this one is, I mean, it's so easy to use chirp that, you know, I don't know why you'd want to go through the menu and do it the old way. We can just put on the chirp and, you know, let it auto sync. But that's it for this one. So if I have any more updates to share, I'll definitely come back, but I just think this is a really good radio. You know, there really isn't a whole lot of options in this segment, right? I think it's kind of becoming more popular, so we'll probably see more and more. But I'm very happy with this radio. I still may get the KG-88 because I just want to you know, put my mind to ease and compare this to a super het radio just to really see if there really is a difference. But if you don't really care about that, or you've already proven to yourself that super het is not needed, then I can't imagine any better option than this one. But yeah, so there you go. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will catch you on the next one. Let's see if we do a quick scan, if we find something real quick. Oh, there we go. What I like about this one too is that this is not only GMRS, but it can actually listen to ham stations as well. So you can transmit only on the dedicated GMRS channels, but you can listen to a whole lot more. So that's kind of cool, and that's kind of what I like. I kind of like having just kind of like, you know, sit at my desk if I'm working, just kind of listen to traffic just to see kind of if there's anything interesting going on. But yeah, that is it for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one.